another episode of Bpendragon Presents. Today, well, this is the third episode today, third episode overall. Chapter 1 of the fic Hiatus by Vargras. Okay, you gotta remember that the R is in there. It is currently rated at complete, with 36,714 words total. Rated everyone. Has 2 bonus chapters, so if we both of which seem to be based on holiday scene and episodes. So if we get more holidays, we may get more bonus chapters. It is marked as slice of life. Click. Apparently there's a sequel. I'll look into that later. Okay. The description given is: after 1,000 years, Luna finds herself finally freed from the form of Nightmare Moon. Her ordeal has left her weakened, though, and she is ordered to spend the next year regaining her strength and getting herself up to speed in what has transpired during her 1,000-year absence. Finding ways to spend that time? That might be troublesome. Sequel to Hiatus is Stuck in the Middle with You. Cover image by John Georgesco. I take no credit for you. Featured on Equestria Daily and FimFiction. Thanks for everyone who has read, reviewed, and commented. Currently has 332 comments, a 4.8 star rating from 299 ratings. Cool. Rating number 300, give 5 stars. Because I've already read it and it is a 5-star. But I will explain that in the end. So just because I could give it a nice even number, I gave it the 300th rating. Okay. Chapter 1. June. 1,005 words long. Remind me to upgrade my computer from an iBook, please. Okay. I probably actually ought to be viewing this in Opera, not Firefox. It loads faster, but whatever. It's loading. Seeing how many viewers we currently have? 7 readers. Hello to all you out there. You are now featured on Bpendragon Presents. If you were on at 12:34 Pacific Standard Time on today's date is the 3rd of January 2012. Ah, good. You're awake. Good morning, little sister. Luna stared at Celestia through half-open eyes and threw a pillow at her head. Just 5 more minutes, Tia. Celestia grabbed the sheets in her mouth, giving a good tug and pulling her sister along with it. Luna lay sprawled on the floor and quietly groaned, a mixture of pain and simply not wanting to get up. I know how you feel. I know how you feel there. Comes from staying up till 1 every morning, getting up at 5:45. She slowly gathered the sheets around her, burying herself with them. Her sister, a smile upon her face, feigned disappointment as she approached the pile of snoring sheets. I guess you leave me no choice, Luna. Luna's eyes suddenly sprang open, and she felt infinitely more vulnerable. She dreaded the use of that. And Celestia knew how much she hated it. Unfortunately for her, she wasn't going to get much time to react. Here! Wait, was that it? Huh? There's an extra... Sorry, there's an extra... What appears to be an extra apostrophe there. I'm sorry. I thought she was saying something, but she's not. Threw the sheets aside and pounced upon her younger sister. Luna tried her best to squirm away, but it was futile at this point. Don't do it, Celestia, don't! You know how much I hate it! I know you hate it, Luna. That's why I like doing it. A grin on her face, Princess Celestia pressed her mouth against her sister's stomach and started blowing raspberries. Luna thrashed about, laughing and squealing as she tried in vain to get away. Celestia finally relented and stood back up, having a laugh of her own as she looked down at Luna. Are you up now? Yes, you know how ticklish I am, Celestia. Oh, I know, but that's why it's fun. Now go get cleaned up before the doctors and nurses get here. They still have to examine you and make sure you're all right. Luna groaned as she trudged to her bathroom, her hair glowing as she picked up a brush and began to run it through her mane. I don't see why I have to do this, Tia. I'm fine, really. Within her bedroom, Celestia had already picked up most of the sheets and made the bed. It had been the first time in 1,000 years Luna had gotten any real sleep. She made an absolute mess of the bed. Still, Celestia was glad to have her sister back, even if it did mean waiting so long. She spruced up the sheets and pillows, smiling at her work, before turning towards the bathroom. It's just to be safe, sister. Better safe than sorry, right? She set her brush down and stared in the mirror. She still found it hard to believe she was finally back home, and that her face in the mirror was hers. She looked so much younger compared to Celestia. Luna? What? Right, yeah, better safe than sorry. Every time she found herself looking back at the reflections, that snapshot of lost innocence, his sister stepped beside her and gave her a... Oh. I missed a period there, I'm sorry. Every time she found herself looking back at that reflection, that snapshot of innocence, her sister stepped beside her and gave her a loving nuzzle. I know it's taken a lot of adjusting, Luna, but you're a strong girl. You'll be okay. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Celestia. I'm sorry. I know that most of the characters are female in this world, but as I tried to go to a higher pitch, I actually turned out sounding relatively British. I discovered this as I attempted to audition to Spike for one of the Phoenix Wright games. Because, well, Spike has a high voice, but I can't do high voices, I'm sorry. Or even vaguely feminine, really. Yeah. One of the royal guards stepped in the room, coughing to make his presence known. Princess Celestia, the medical staff are here now. Thank you, sir. Dismissed. The stallion bowed and made his exit, leaving the two sisters alone once more. Come on, Luna. No need to keep them waiting. Luna nodded and quietly followed her sister out the door to the waiting doctors and nurses. May as well get this over with. A year? The head of his staff, a bespectacled old stallion, pushed up his glasses before directly addressing Luna. Physically, Princess Luna, you're fine. Your growth appears to be lagging a bit, but you should try to catch up. As for your magical and mental conditions, however, we think it would be best if you simply stayed within Canterlot and allowed yourself to fully recover. The princess's ears flopped constantly from agitation, and she suddenly found it increasingly hard to breathe. She needed some space, as soon as possible. Without a backward glance, Luna took off in the main hall, leaving Celestia to look on sadly as she did. Will she be all right, Princess Celestia? Oh, she'll come around eventually. I think she's just taking the news awfully hard. Thank you for your work today. I'm sorry. I haven't had coffee today. It's noon. Almost 1. I haven't had coffee. I'm sorry. Celestia. Luna, I know you're I skipped a portion. Yeah, there we are. She'll come around eventually. I think she's just taking the news awfully hard. Thank you for your work today. Celestia quietly excused herself and ran off after her sister. She knew where she would find her, of course. Her bedroom. She slowly nudged open the door and found her younger sister buried in her toys, some of which were as old as she was. Luna sat staring blankly at the wall, the stuffed bear wrapped in her forelegs. Luna, I know you're upset, but please... Upset? Upset, Celestia? I spent 1,000 years trapped in the moon, and I was finally freed, only to find out that I'm trapped for another year inside my own home? Oh no. I'm sorry. Oh no. I got a little carried away, and I misread. Okay. Celestia walked over and took a seat beside her, picking up a stuffed dragon and placing it upon her sister's head to make an effort to make her smile. Didn't work. Yeah. Well, it's a stuffed dragon, but still, stuffed dragons can be hecka scary. But if you're that upset, nothing usually works. Just how it is. I'm sorry. Though apparently that's the truth as shown here. She sighed and stared directly at her sister. Luna, please, I know you're disappointed. I am too. But you have to believe me when I say that this is for your own good. If you don't take the time to regain your strength, you may never fully recover. Luna turned to face her elder sister, even as she shook her head and tossed the dragon off it. Can I at least go outside as long as I stay within Camelot? Of course you can, sister. No one said you couldn't. Just do it. Do this for me. She huffed and looked back at the wall for a bit before finally giving in. Only because you asked so nicely, Tia. Celestia smiled and gave her sister a hug, which she received to which she received one right back. Great. If there's anything you need, little sister, just let me know. Yeah, how about the end of this chapter in a line? Oh, wait. I can see the end of the chapter in a line. Okay. Actually, the chapter is very, very well written. Luna smiled and slowly nodded. Maybe this wouldn't be so bad after all. So, great chapter. Chapter 1 of Hiatus, entitled June. Probably because, well, summer solstice would be in June. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, I will see you all sometime in the future. The future, I say. Though I still need to get my DeLorean to build my time machine out of. Makes it so I can get to the future faster. 88 miles per hour. Awesome. Okay, I'm totally rambling. I'm sorry. Great fic. I hope this continues. I mean, not the fic, but my thing here. You know, the way that the page titles are written, it's kind of funny. It's called, the page title here is June, right pointing caret, hiatus, -filmfiction.net. It looks like June is greater than hiatus minus filmfiction.net. Just throwing that out there. Okay, head over. So, Bpen is out. Peace!